You know how that one ad seems to follow you around the internet? Or how a brand you'd literally never heard of yesterday is suddenly everywhere? Well, that's not magic, it's digital marketing. And today we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how it all works. Let's dive in.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the big picture, then we'll walk through how businesses get found online, how they build real relationships, turn interest into action with email, and finally how they use data to make sure it's all working.
So to really get a handle on digital marketing, you have to understand just how much things have changed. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that marketing was basically a one-way street, with brands just shouting their message at everyone. And that brings us to the big question, right? In this giant, noisy sea of online information, how does any brand cut through all of that to get your attention and, even more important, earn your trust? Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the old-school way. It's like using a megaphone to blast a message to a faceless crowd. It's loud, it's kind of impersonal, and you're really just guessing if it works. But on the right, that's the new way. It's a whole network of conversations. It's targeted, it's personal, and it's a two-way street. That, right there, is the power of digital.
You know, you can think of digital marketing as a Swiss Army knife for any modern business. It's not just one thing. It's a whole toolkit designed to help you connect with the right people at the right time and in the right place.
Okay, so if digital marketing is really a conversation, then how does that conversation even start? Well, like any good one, it usually starts with an introduction. And in the digital world, that intro almost always happens on a search engine.
So when you type something into Google, those results that pop up, they are absolutely not random. They are the product of two incredibly powerful strategies: search engine optimization, or SEO, and search engine marketing.
Let's imagine you're a baker and you want to be known for having the best sourdough in town. With SEO, you'd build a website with amazing recipes, incredible photos, and tons of helpful baking tips. Over time, Google starts to see you as an authority, and it starts showing your site to people searching for sourdough. It's definitely a long-term play, but wow, the rewards are huge.
And the big payoff for playing that long game is trust. People just inherently trust those organic results way more than the ads. Once you get that high ranking, you get this steady stream of visitors, and you're not paying for every single click. It's really like owning your online real estate instead of just renting it.
But what if you're that brand new baker in town and you need to get the word out like right now? That's where pay-per-click comes in. Think of it as renting a giant billboard on the busiest highway online. You pay for that top spot and you get seen immediately. It's a fantastic way to jumpstart your business and get people in the door fast. And this chart breaks it down perfectly. Let's say you sell running shoes. You absolutely want to be on Google Ads when someone searches for best running shoes. You're catching them at that exact moment of need. But if you're a fashion brand, you might use these beautiful visual ads on Facebook or Instagram to inspire someone just scrolling their feed. And if you're selling software to other companies, LinkedIn is going to be your goldmine. It's all about picking the right tool for the job.
Okay, so getting a new customer's attention is kind of like going on a first date. You wouldn't ask someone to marry you right away, would you? Of course not. You'd want to get to know them, build a real connection, and earn their trust. The exact same thing is true in marketing.
And that, right there, is the heart of content marketing. It's not about the hard sell, it's about becoming a trusted source of information. You're showing you know your stuff and building goodwill by creating content that actually helps, educates, or just entertains people.
And as you can see here, content can be a ton of different things. If you're a financial advisor, maybe you write a blog post about the 5 biggest investing mistakes to avoid. If you're a fitness trainer, you could create a video series of 10-minute home workouts. Or if you're a tech company, you could design an awesome infographic that makes a really complex topic super easy to understand. The key is just to pick the right format for your audience and your message.
But look, creating amazing content is really only half the battle. You've also got to get it in front of the right eyeballs. And that is where social media comes in. It is the perfect place to share your stuff, chat with your audience, and build a real community around your brand.
And this table here, it's basically your cheat sheet for picking the right platform. If you're a B2B, that's business to business, company selling services, then LinkedIn is an absolute no-brainer. But if you're a fashion brand trying to reach Gen Z, you've got to be on TikTok and Instagram. The whole goal is to go where your audience is already hanging out.
So you've built up a relationship, you've earned some trust. Now what? Well, it's time to take that next step. And honestly, one of the most powerful ways to do that is with good old-fashioned email.
See, unlike social media where some mysterious algorithm decides who sees your post, email is a direct line to your audience. It is personal, it's targeted, and when you do it right, it feels like a one-on-one conversation that lands right in their inbox.
But, and this is a big but, you have to respect the inbox. So, for example, if you run a clothing store, you wouldn't send an email about a sale on men's jeans to a customer who's only ever bought women's dresses, right? You'd segment your list and send her a targeted email about dresses. It seems like a small thing, but it makes all the difference in making your message feel relevant and not just like spam.
So you're doing all this work, you're creating content, running ads, sending emails, but how do you actually know if any of it is working? The answer is data. In digital marketing, data is your compass. It tells you what's working, what's not, and how to get where you want to go.
What does a number like this even mean? On its own, pretty much nothing. But in the world of digital marketing, a number like this, let's say an average conversion rate, is a signal. It tells you just how effective your entire strategy really is.
And that is exactly what a conversion rate is. It's just the percentage of people who do the thing you want them to do, whether that's buying a product or signing up for your newsletter. It's really the ultimate measure of success, turning casual visitors into real leads or customers.
So to bring this all home, here's your actionable checklist. You've got to track everything with tools like Google Analytics. You need to be consistent with your content. You should always be tweaking your pages to get better conversion rates, and you have to be ready to adjust your strategy based on what the data is telling you.
And that leaves us with one final thought. You know, the fundamentals we covered today, they're pretty timeless, but the technology is always changing. As AI gets smarter and we all start talking to our devices more than we type, how is that going to change the game? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining this explainer.